Mjolnir, what is it? Why should anybody care? So the number one question that I would get when, um, like during development is like, what is it and what does it do and what does it look like? Well, this is a hard thing to answer because what it looks like is dependent on what you do with it. Um, it looks like two launchers, two completely customizable launchers that are independently developed and fully mature that you can customize to your heart's content. Um, and so if you put the effort in, you can make them look like a uniform experience. This is Quickstep. This is the default Android launcher experience that comes on everyone's Thor. Um, it's an app drawer at the bottom. It's a launcher on top. It's fine. It gets the job done. But it's not what I wanted for my device, so I made something else. Let's go into Obtainium and find Mjolnir in here. You're not going to find it there. You're going to need to find it from the project GitHub and add it to your Obtainium if you went that way, or you can just download it straight from here. The current release is version 0.2.4b. That's the current best version. It will change soon. There's a lot that I have planned for the next version. Stay tuned. Tons of bug fixes, tons of interface improvements. Um, so here's the project README. It tells you everything you need to know about how to set this up, uh, about all the settings. It's all here. It's pretty basic. It doesn't go into a lot of detail. Um, that's why I'm making this video. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and install it here so that I get my updates automatically. And I'm going to go ahead and install. Um, I'm going to keep this video brief and just go straight through how to do the installation. We're not going to talk about all of the why and the how in this video. I'll save that for a, a different time. This is the Mjolnir home screen. Um, we're going to start by initializing Mjolnir home. So we'll go ahead and under setup, we'll go ahead and hit this button right here. Step one is to grant notification permission. That is necessary in order for this to work. You have to allow this. Accessibility service. This is required for Mjolnir to capture the home button event. That's the only thing that it's capturing. And before we can enable the home service, we need to finish setup. From the main screen, the hamburger menu button brings you to settings. Mjolnir home settings, we'll go ahead and click that. And now we can set our top and bottom home screens. I like this combination. Beacon on the top, Nova Launcher on the bottom. You can choose any of these, but you shouldn't. Let me talk to you real quick about what you should not do. You should not use Odin Launcher, and you should not use Quickstep as a top or bottom home screen. Right now, in the current state of things, the current version of Mjolnir and the current version of the AYN Thor firmware, Quickstep and Odin Launcher do not like being put in either the top or the bottom home screen here, um, they're they're built exclusively to work in one situation and one situation only, and that is without Mjolnir. Um, it's something that I would like to get working in a later version, but right now they just cause 100% of the problems. Um, and if anyone is curious, we can go into more detail on that at some other point. But for now, take my word for it. Use anything else than Quickstep and Odin Launcher. Um, oh yeah, one last thing. Under Set Default Home, you're going to want to make sure Quickstep is your default home. Um, don't set Mjolnir as your default home right now. That will cause you bugs. You want Quickstep as your default home for now. If if things change in the next version, I'll be sure to talk about that specifically. But for the current version, leave Quickstep there. Um, you get some options for how you want those two home screens to interact with the home button. Um, the default will have both screens home set to the single press. I like to use recent apps. Um, recent apps is this view. Um, I like double tap to be uh, top screen home. I like triple tap to be both screens home, and I like long press to be bottom screen home. Um, you can use the system double tap delay, or you can use a custom delay. Up to you. You can capture diagnostics if you're having any problems, any bugs. I'm going to ask you to enable this, and I'm going to ask you to export your log file. Export with summary is the button to press right here, and it will open up a share dialog where you can email or send over Discord or however you want to distribute this log file. There's no way for me to pull the log file from your device, um, so you don't have to worry about any kind of privacy concerns. If you want to know what's in the log file, you can open it up. It's all in plain text, and you can read everything that's being logged. Uh, and yeah. Lastly, with everything in there set, we can come over here and finally we can go ahead and enable. And when we press our various home buttons, we get all of the behaviors that we've set up. So now my bottom home is Nova, my top home is Beacon, and I am a happy camper. Um, so no matter what I get into on the top screen, um, I can always um, just get right back. I can get both screens back with a triple tap. I can get just one screen back by targeting it. So I can long press the button to send the bottom screen back home. I can double tap the button to send the top screen home, and that's all user configurable. So if you don't like those buttons, you can use different buttons. So that's setup. Lastly, I just want to highlight a certain modality. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and launch Mjolnir from the bottom screen. I like it on the bottom screen. It feels like a bottom screen app. Um, if we come back in here, one of my users pointed out the single launcher mode. Um, and this is what we need this experimental fix for. If you're going to use a single launcher, you're going to want to use this experimental fix. So we'll come down here, we'll select Mjolnir, and we're going to give it the ability to display over other apps. Mjolnir is never going to put a pop-up on your screen. It needs to draw an invisible square on the top screen in order to prevent a silly bug. Um, so what I have set up currently is Beacon Launcher as the only um, home screen. So when I use the top screen button, it sends Beacon Launcher to the top screen, and when I use the bottom screen button, it comes down to the bottom screen, and I can move it back and forth as I see fit. Um, that's the single screen mode. To get that, you have uh, one launcher app in this top section and nothing. This option right here, nothing in the other one. You can swap these two. It doesn't matter which order they're in. Doesn't matter which screen is your main screen. Um, but if you have one launcher and nothing in the other slot, that's what happens. Um, I prefer Nova in the other slot, so that's what I'm going to use. And then I don't need the experimental fix if I'm using two launchers. Alright, so I know that this current version of the interface, again, we are not even uh, at version 1.0 yet. This is a very early release uh, of software designed by one person, so keep that in mind. But under these conditions, where you've done the setup properly and you have neither of these two apps in your top and bottom screens, and you have the ability to remove this app filter and put any app. Now, some apps are going to run kind of wonky, so you're not going to get everything being uh, perfect. Some apps are just going to have bugs, but you can filter it to just the home launcher apps, or you can use all apps. Um, you have options. That's what Mjolnir is all about, really, giving you options. So I hope that cleared up um, some of the confusion, and I hope that demonstrates, because really what it came down to for me is if I'm playing a game, let's say I'm playing, what am I playing? Let's play some Limbo. If I'm playing a game and I want to start doing something on the bottom screen, like maybe I'm already doing something on the bottom screen, and I want to change this. Um, I like being able to just easily get back to my launcher of choice rather than going back to an app drawer. I like being able to get to specifically what I want, how I want to get to it. Um, and I like being able to do that without disrupting what I'm doing on the top screen. Um, and vice versa. Because sometimes what I'm doing on the top screen, I just want to get rid of it. Maybe I want to go back to Quickstep to demonstrate something, and then go right back. So, uh, thank you for your time. I guess if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to respond to anything, whether it's a feature request, a bug report. All right, that's enough rambling. Have a good day, everybody.